Is out with its second season. Two local investigative reporters tackle prisons this time around. Police is legally required to keep people healthy, but built to punish them. Take a listen.
We were locked in the cells. We didn't have dinner, on time. We weren't allowed to shower. And the COs were mad if we would ask questions.
Natalie had a question. What happened to Prinsola? Within days, she found out. Prinsola was dead.
Got your attention, didn't it? Jake Harper and Lauren Bavis are with Side Effects Public Media and WFYI. They're here answering my questions about why they chose prisons for their season 2 investigation and what they found. Good to see you guys again. I mean, your first one was unbelievable. We'll talk about that maybe in a little bit here. Episode 2, people can now listen today. Let's talk about why prisons. How did you guys come up with this now?
Yeah, so when the pandemic started, I sort of dove into state prisons as the topic that I wanted to cover during 2020. And over again, as I talked to people behind bars, their families, I heard stories about healthcare going wrong that had nothing to do with the pandemic, really. There were sort of long-standing issues of things going wrong. And when Lauren and I sort of got permission to go back to doing the podcast, we just decided, we had been pursuing a different topic before the pandemic, but we thought prisons was a subject that we wanted to get into.
Yeah, Lauren, let's talk about it. I mean, it's hard to say, what did you find? And maybe even part of the story was how hard it was to find it.
It was really hard to find things. I mean, what we learned was that prisons have a really hard job. The people who they are caring for have far more medical needs. A lot of times people get to jail or prison and they haven't actually seen a doctor in a while, so they're just having a backlog of care to care for. They have more mental health challenges, more physical health challenges. Prisons in general have older populations that are aging, and so that's a challenge. But what we heard from the family and friends and people that Jake mentioned we talked to was that those needs aren't always met or met in a timely manner, and like the clip that you heard shows, that can have deadly consequences.
Yeah, I think the thing is that sometimes you'll hear someone say, well, they're in prison, okay, what do you expect? Or almost sometimes, like, they deserve it, or it's okay. In this case, and the first person we heard, which most other people would say that's completely wrong, but you usually hear one or two people that will say that, like, why are you even covering this? Why are you spending time on it? This woman that we heard about, she was in for shoplifting. Is that part of what she was in for? And that this, or one of the sounds that were people you focus on?
So she initially went to jail for a shoplifting charge, and ended up, she was in an altercation and was being restrained by a guard, and she scratched him on the eyelid in that sort of scuffle, and that added a new charge to what she was already in there for. And it was because the person that she scratched is a law enforcement officer. It was a felony battery charge, and that resulted in prison time. So she was initially charged with shoplifting, but because of it sort of spiraled out of control and ended up with her in prison.
What do you want people to know overall as they start to kind of decide, oh, is this one I want to embark on? That a lot of people know you guys from the Dr. Klein podcast. It became so huge. And they, again, trying to decide if they're going to get the time on this. What do you tell people? Why should they care about it?
Yeah, I mean, the major reason is that this is a system people might not know a lot about, prisons and healthcare in prisons, but it's one that's being done in their name. I mean, it's being funded by taxpayer dollars. And the problem is that it's hard for journalists, the people who are supposed to be explaining that to everyday listeners and viewers, don't get the access that we need to fully tell that story. And so we're hoping people listen to this and maybe do some more research on their own and think about something that they've never thought about before.
We are out of time on this one. It always goes so fast. I wish we had more. I thought that was part of the most interesting thing that I heard in some of the clips or the trailer was just how much you got pushed back on and how you couldn't get answers or how people don't talk to you. And we need to be more, be able to see those kind of things. Good to see you too. New episodes of Sick come out every Tuesday, if I'm right. Yep. If you have more information, we'll link you to it so you can listen. Fox59.com/Angela Answers. They're so good at what they do, Jim. You have to listen. If you haven't listened to the first one, do that first.
All right, thanks a lot, Ange. We're at 8:46 on a Wednesday morning. Happy Hump Day morning to you.